Hi everyone! Today we are going to talk about formal and informal letters and emails. So, we'll start by setting the three main objectives for today's class. First, to make students familiar with the differences between formal and informal letters. Second, to present the structure and style used in informal letters and emails. And third, to improve students' writing skills. To start with, I will ask you some warming up questions. Number 1, do you know the differences between formal and informal letters? Number 2, have you ever written an email in English? And number 3, do you know the structure you should follow for emails? We will first refer to the different parts that any good letter should have. An appropriate greeting, an introduction which states clearly the reason why you are writing, a body which develops the subject, a closing paragraph which summarizes the topic and expresses your wish, and an appropriate ending. Let's now refer briefly to the structure of formal letters. They should contain a greeting, such as dear sir, dear madam. They use formal language, complex sentences, no colloquial expressions, no abbreviations, passive constructions, and they can use an ending such as yours sincerely or yours faithfully plus full name. We'll see now the structure of informal letters, which is different from formal letters. They should include a greeting. The use of informal language and style is allowed, for example, the use of idioms and colloquial expressions. The use of abbreviations is also allowed, as well as the omission of pronouns. Eventually, the ending is also different in this kind of letters. It has a closer way of approaching the addressee. Let's see now some opening remarks that may be used in informal letters. Questions and wishes about recent events. A thank you to the person for their last letter, news, etc. An apology for a delay in writing or replying, or the reason why you are writing. As regards closing remarks for informal letters, some of them may be the reason why you must end the letter, greetings to the person's family or friends, wishes or a promise to write back soon, etc. A request to the person to reply soon. Let's do now an activity where you need to decide if the following greetings and endings are formal or informal. Hi, how are you? Dear Mr. Barlow, that's all news for now. Thank you for taking the time to read this letter. I am writing to inquire whether I'm writing to tell you my wonderful news. Take a minute to decide and here you are. In this section of the presentation, we'll focus on emails. Let's see its structure. It should contain an opening, a body, and a closing. We'll see now each of these parts. First, the opening of an email should say dear plus name or hi, hello plus name. Pay attention to the commas. Then, thanks for your message or email. and some opening expressions that may be used. The body of an email should state clearly the purpose of writing and the information you want to transmit to the addressee. The last section is the closing, which is the conclusion. Some appropriate closing expressions are and then add your first name. Finally, I will show you some useful language to read email addresses. That, at, /, underscore. Johnson is written in uppercase or capital letters. John Brown, all one word, is written in lowercase. In general terms, any email includes at least 3 of the following headers. From, which is the sender's email address, to the recipient's email address, and the date when the email was sent. In this last section, I will highlight some closing remarks. Nowadays, most people use emails to communicate and exchange information. Formal and informal letters are still used by people, but to a lesser extent. The structure and kind of language used in emails and informal letters is quite similar. And emails are currently free, fast, and easily accessible for most people. After having listened to this presentation, you should know the differences between formal and informal letters, as well as the structure and style used in informal letters and emails. You are now expected to do the activities posted on Prometeo to improve your learning skills. Thank you very much for your attention and have a nice day.
Universidad de Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, Vicerrectorado de Calidad e Innovación Educativa.